How's it going, everyone? My name is True Underdog, and I'm here today with the best combos for Terminator in every variation. Please make sure to check out my full breakdown for the Terminator as well, and without any further ado, let's get started. So first up, we have Variation 1. This combo is quite simple, but still nets you a lot of damage. So you want to start off with no escape, great low overhead, and also safe on block, though there is a gap before that second hit. If the opponent starts interrupting you, then catch him with this instead. That second hit has no gap and will crushing blow if they try to punish you. Even so, that's how you start the combo, no escape, and then you want to do system overload. And after that second hit, you want to do infiltrator toss and then spin the bar. And feel free to mash if you want to. I do from time to time, especially in a bad connection. And then after that amplify, you're going to do system overload again and then end with gorilla press. Now if that input's a bit tough for you, then you can just do infiltrator toss again. You won't get quite as much damage and the opponent is tossed further away, but the damage difference is very minor, and if they're in the corner it doesn't matter anyway. So put the entire combo together and it looks like this. And there you have it, pretty darn decent damage, 37%, and it was very easy. And keep in mind this mix-up is once again safe on block. The only tricky part is after the first infiltrator toss, you can move a lot sooner than you think and you want to, otherwise that second hit might whiff for system overload. So just remember, you want to press buttons pretty early after infiltrator toss. But next let's talk about a crushing blow combo. So as mentioned earlier, forward 3-2 does actually have a gap before that second hit. And if the opponent starts interrupting you, you want to do unstoppable machine and you get that crushing blow, which does start off combos. And your follow-up is pretty much exactly the same. You want to do system overload and then infiltrator toss, spin that bar, then system overload again, and then gorilla press slam to end the whole thing. Though once again, you can also do infiltrator toss if that command grab input's a bit tough for you. So if we put the entire combo together, it looks like this. Oh, and there we go, a little bit more damage this time, 40%. Where did all that extra damage come from? That was crazy. Did you see that? That was a massive leap in damage. And best of all, the opponent is still pretty close too. Not many things do reach them, but they're certainly not as far away as they would be if we did infiltrator toss. They're a lot closer. And by the way, one more damaging route you could do is just do standing 4 instead into the toss and end the combo that way too. It does slightly more damage, but it's much tougher to do, especially into gorilla press. You need some really fast fingers, and the difference in damage is like only a couple percent, but if you do want that extra damage, you could do standing 4 instead of doing system overload. The damage isn't worth it though, in my opinion. System overload is just a lot more consistent, and it gives you a lot more time to buffer that command grab. At any rate, that's about it for Variation 1. The corner combos can be a little bit different, but honestly, if you change things up, you actually get less damage in my experience. But if you do know of any more damaging corner combos, please let me know in the comment section down below. Let's go ahead and move on to Variation 2. Now, Variation 2 is a bit odd because while it does have mid-screen combos, if you want to do anything fancy, you do need the crushing blow. So for now, let's talk about the corner combo because those don't require any meter and they're honestly quite flashy. So to start things off, we're going to do eliminate all humanity and then cancel that third hit into Running Man and then cancel Running Man into his punch. That's going to launch the opponent and allow for an awesome follow-up. So after launching the opponent, we're going to do system overload and then cancel into the backbreaker. And make sure to hold forward so the opponent doesn't get tossed behind you and out of the corner. Alright, let's put the entire combo together and it looks a little something like this. And you know what, let's spin the bar just to get a little bit extra damage. If you don't spin the meter, the damage is still pretty decent, but I just wanted to show what you get if you do amplify that last move. And if you do want a little bit more damage, you can press square twice and then eliminate all humanity into backbreaker for a little bit extra punch. The damage isn't that much different and the execution is a little bit tougher, but at the same time, let's get the damage where we can, right? Once again, this variation is a lot more about pressure and mix-ups than it is about actual combos, but let's go ahead and see what awesome combos we do get with that crushing blow. And the combo here is honestly pretty similar to Variation 1, only a little bit flashier and a little bit more complicated due to the backbreaker's input. But we're going to start off with no escape, and then do system overload and cancel into the backbreaker. Then we want to amplify it, but don't hold the direction because you want that crushing blow. And then once you do launch the opponent after that crushing blow, you want to do system overload one more time and once again cancel it into backbreaker for maximum damage. And unfortunately, you don't have access to infiltrator toss in this build, so you just want to put a bit of extra time in practice mode to get good with that backbreaker input. And I just realized I did forget to mention that little micro dash. So after the crushing blow, you want to input the forward dash a bit early, and it will come out as soon as the animation is over. That way you can focus more on system overload. You don't want to dash and then do system overload right away. That can be tough to do for some players, and in an online connection, of course, it gets even tougher. So instead you want to input the dash a little bit early, and it will come out at the earliest possible frame, at which point you want to cancel it with system overload, and then do the backbreaker for a bit more extra damage. And as you can see, even though this build isn't great for mid-screen combos, once you do get that crushing blow, it's an easy 40%, so it's definitely worth it. Alright, and last but not least, let's move on to Variation 3. So Variation 3 is a bit special because pretty much anything you do can combo into the amplified ion grenade, including system overload, which is our most damaging combo starter. So we're going to start off with that, launch the opponent, and then do jumping too. So that's triangle while you're in the air, and then you want to do system overload again and end with that command grab, this time gorilla press. Okay, let's put this whole bad boy together and see how it looks. Oh, give me that damage. Boom, 30%. Very easy 30%. And once again, nearly everything combos into this ion grenade. So if you want to do a really fast punish, 1-2-1, that's your best option for sure. But if you want a bit more damage, then you do system overload. Now if you want a slightly more damaging combo, you can start off with 4-3-2 and then do 1-2 into the ion grenade, and then follow up with system overload into the command grab. It does slightly more damage and still only costs you 1 bar, and it comes after an amazing mix-up, which once again is safe on blocks. So if you want a bit more extra damage, here's the combo you go for. Alright, and that's it for the mid-screen combo, so let's move on to the corner. So the optimal corner combo does look a little bit different because if we start off with system overload, it actually can launch the opponent behind us, so a neutral jump will completely miss, which is unfortunate. So instead you want to start off with no escape, and then to eliminate all humanity into the close ion grenade. So after tossing it, you want to hold back before amplifying. That way the grenade doesn't miss. Anything else will actually toss it too far and it won't even detonate. So make sure to do the close version. And then once the opponent is launched, you want to do system overload and then gorilla slam to end your combo. Does pretty decent damage, so put the entire thing together and it looks like this. Boom, almost 35% and not very much effort. Now if you do want a slightly easier combo, you can end with eliminate all humanity. It's a bit more consistent and only does slightly less damage. And keep in mind, one of the best ways to end combos in this build is the incapacitator, so back forward square. It does a lot less damage, but the opponent can't do any wake-ups after you throw it at them, so it's very, very good for that reason. So if you don't mind a little less damage in your combo, I strongly recommend the incapacitator just to remove your opponent's wake-up game entirely. Alright everyone, and that's it for the combo guide. Once again, post any better combos you might know in the comments section down below. And then while you're down there, go ahead and leave a like if you enjoyed the video. It really does help my channel out a ton. And finally, why not keep that combo going by subscribing and ringing that bell? That way you never miss a future video. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.